What's up, Nick? This is a video critiquing a hang squat clean. We did a 10-minute EMOM today where you worked up to a decently heavy weight, so you've got 105 on the bar here. So I want to give you some actionable items so that the next time you come in you have very specific things to work on, and then obviously you can watch this video in the privacy of your own home and then come in and then be really efficient during the hour you're at the gym. So we're going to watch the video. It's just one rep in real time, slow-mo, and then we're going to do some analysis. So here's the real time. Here is the slow-mo. Excuse me. And let's talk about what's going on here. So what we've got is, so we're going to move down to the hang position. All right. So this position, the hang, is right above the knee. And then the power position is right here. Right, so where the arms are straight, the bar is pulled into the body, and then you're ready to accelerate the bar up and as high, far away from the floor as possible. So we're going to go down to the hang position, and let's talk about this starting position. Now, one of the things that we really want to talk about is how much tension you have in your hamstrings. So the hamstrings and the posterior chain, the back, the butt, the hamstrings, the calves, basically all the muscles on the backside of your body, these are going to get stretched as you go down to the hang, and we want them to stretch, and we want a lot of potential energy to be stored in these muscles. So imagine like a spring is being kind of pushed together and compressed together, and a lot of energy is getting stored, and then, or you've got a slingshot and you're pulling that rubber band back. That's probably a better analogy. So you can feel those muscles stretch, 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 and you have a lot of tension in them, and then as you get ready to accelerate the bar, we can push off of that. Because the knee is bent here, all right, so if we look at, because the knee is excessively bent, what we've done is we've offloaded the tension in the hamstrings. So a lot of it is sitting on the quads and sitting on the, and a little bit sitting on the hamstrings, but really what that does is when we go into the pull, really there's no foundation. Like you're pretty much doing all of the work with your upper body and then nothing with your lower body. So let's watch that again. So we'll go here, watch in slow-mo. See how the knees come forward, and then we're ready to go. So basically, you did this lift and you're able to lift it. However, the weight is such that you can muscle it with your upper body. Now, one thing you do really well is you pull that bar into the pocket, right, into the power position. Squeeze with the lats, your shoulders are behind the bar, and this extension is really spectacular, really fantastic. I mean, you just might as well take a screenshot of that right there. And so you've got, don't think that everything's bad. And then we can talk about that too. But basically what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a little bit more tension in the hamstrings so that when you swing here, you've got a little bit more foundation under you, and then you're able to jump and really catapult that bar up. Now, let's talk about how all that tension in your hamstrings is now setting you up for a little issue right after you jump. And one of them is you're jumping backwards. The bar is staying in front of you, and then you're separating yourself from that bar. All right, do you see that? See how your feet begin right here? All right, so let's see if I can. Here's your toes, and then as we jump, you jump back, I don't know, maybe half a foot or so. So if the bar goes straight up, then what happens is you still lose all that leverage, and now if it's heavy at all and you catch it, it's just going to pitch you forward. So really what we want to see is hang on to that tension in your hamstrings. I know I'm kind of herky-jerky with this. You go up, and then we're just jumping straight up and then straight back down to receive the bar. Okay? Now this is, squat looks pretty good. But that's what we're looking at is we're really trying to figure out the balance in your foot. So I'd really like to see you jump with a little bit more weight on your heels, so the weight's a little bit more balanced. Okay? And really trying to pull that bar up. All right, so you notice that as the bar basically comes up off the hip and off that power position, your fist is pointing this way. So you're no longer pulling that barbell up, you're already going under. And I know we also worked on this during class. Really what I'd like to see is I'd like to see your fists point down for as long as possible. So keeping those knuckles down and really pulling up, and then like I said, you're going to pull your knees up towards your chest to give yourself the room to pull under. So let's watch that all again. So again, we're going to stand up, we're going to go into the hang position. I want to see a little bit more tension on the hamstrings, and then as we jump, you're really moving excessively back, leaving the bar in front of you. So continue pulling that barbell up. If you want to look online for a clean pull or a clean high pull, you'll be able to see how the bar comes up through the hips, through the power position, goes vertically up, and then creates some great leverage because the bar sits over the middle of the foot and the shoulders get behind. Hopefully that was helpful, gave you a couple of tips, and obviously here's one more look at the slow-mo. This gave you something to study and look over and really bring some focus into the next session when we do squat cleans. Have a great day, and we'll talk later.